Another comment here. Omar Manning. I'm pretty sure he was hurt, right? Was that?
Yeah. Omar was he was injured. I heard he had a boot on one of his feet today. I think it was left foot, but that was a surprise to me. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I wanted to touch on that too. Hopefully we get a few guys back, and the injuries seem to. I mean, it was both teams today, right? It was really hot, so there's probably some cramping, but hopefully we get some of those guys back because there are a lot of guys going down today.
Yeah, there's a lot. You had Allen go down. The tight ends were really thin for a little bit. You saw a lot of Hickman, who's down on that depth chart. But, I mean, he looked pretty good out there. I mean, he's a former receiver, so he has the athleticism that Nebraska wants in that tight end position. But it's still, I mean, they were down to 4 and 5 on the depth chart at that tight end position at least. So hopefully they can get healthy. I did want to, I mean, when I saw Toure run that route for his first touchdown of the day, man, that route with that fake to the outside. I mean, he is an NFL type receiver. That's I think, something that Nebraska, hasn't had a ton of in the last, or really in the Frost era. He's an NFL receiver. He runs routes really well. He's got speed, good hands. So, I think that's huge to have, but getting those guys back will be massive for the Huskers to have Allen and to have Manning, because today, I mean, granted, they didn't really need it, but it's still nice to have your weapons and have everybody you need out there, because today it was really thin for a while.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what was up with Allen. I mean, I saw he hit the ground really hard, so I thought maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. But then they were talking about his ankle. I didn't see him really walk off with any limp, but I think he should be fine. And then, you know, I don't know what's going on with Omar Manning, but hopefully he's all right. Oliver Martin was another one that's been out. Maybe they were just holding him out for precautionary today. So hopefully he'll be back. I'm not sure what the timetable on Volkolek is, but I mean, it seems like he should be due for a return here also. So, I mean, they got a good amount of guys that are kind of out and dinged up right now that hopefully will return to play here soon.
Yeah, so from what I know and what I've read is that they're trying to get Vokalek. They've been aiming for the Oklahoma game. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was out regardless today. And I think, like you said, I think Oliver Martin, I think they just kept him out today so that he's good for the Oklahoma game. So I think we're going to get a lot of guys back for the Huskers here for this next week. But, hopefully there's no setbacks or anything, but it is concerning, when you run that low on the depth chart at multiple positions. But it was good to see Betts out there. I know Betts made some plays. You saw Lante Brown out there a little bit. He didn't do much. I mean, most of the plays in the pass game seemed like they're either to Hickman or Toure. I mean, they were big plays, and that's really all you saw in the pass game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Betts went down also too, so I hope he's all right. I know he went down on one of those plays, kind of holding his stomach or whatnot. But that jet sweep to Betts was beautiful. I really like that jet sweep, and um, I thought the blocking by the tight ends and then the wide receivers on the outside was nice, especially on that play. I think it was Hickman that made the block, but I thought the wide receivers have been doing a decent job of blocking and letting some of those guys get to the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, that's where that comment comes in. Omar Manning's blocking is really good, and that's because of his size. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's something that you definitely want on the outside. But I've noticed some changes in the scheming and play calling, over the past 2 games as compared to, honestly, the last couple of years. So I think there's some things that are looking up for the Huskers when it comes to that. I think they're making some changes, and I think Frost, while I've seen a mindset change of him, and I don't know if that's because there's a lot more pressure on him now than the beginning of his term, but it seemed like he was happy to be there, and it was about, like little improvements. And now, a game like this where there were so many good things to look at, he was still kind of angry at the end of the game. He's happy they won, but he was still kind of angry, at some of the things they did wrong and some of those penalties. And I know the officiating was not the best today. I think anybody would agree with that. I think there are some calls that shouldn't have been made. I don't know how it was OPI. I'm still trying to figure out how it was offensive pass interference on the first touchdown they should have had. But, I think that Frost is starting to expect more perfection from his team. And I think that's why you're getting the results you get. And hey, 10 points over the last 2 weeks given up by the Husker defense. So they're really starting to come in to form heading into a big game against Oklahoma.
Yeah, wow, I didn't really even realize only 10 points. That's great,
Yeah,
especially
I mean,
with how hot it was today. I mean, they were out there, and I don't know. After that first drive, I was like, man, they can't spend this much time out here. But I mean, they didn't really give up. Maybe Buffalo got it past the 50 a couple times, but it was just really nice to see them stick with it and figure out ways to get stops.